snare drum sound. All right. Ever since I made the first marble machine, I knew that the snare drum is going to be the most important music instrument to bring life into the drum groove. So the snare drum is really simple to make these. You can make that with a marble really simple. Sounds pretty good. But the snare drum is also 4 more sounds that makes it sound human. So in this stream, I'm going to decide exactly all the sounds that the snare drum should have on the marble machine. I think I counted them yesterday. I think we're gonna have 14 marble tracks to the snare drum only, which is going to be really interesting. So yeah, what do you say, Hannes? Are you here?
I'm here. Audio-wise, I'm here. I will be the voice of God today.
Nice. Okay, I see that I'm probably ducked from this microphone. But that's fine. I hope everyone can hear me. All right, fun. I'm not a drummer, as you probably know. But as I said, 4 sounds that we have to put into the design requirements. We're also going to record a few things for next Wednesday's video today. But let's begin. Yesterday was a great stream, by the way, Hannes. I got a lot done. Jasper said that he liked it. Then I liked it.
I hear from chat that you're pretty low in your audio.
It's the ducking. If I pull this out, yeah, I'm low. It's fine. I see it on the meter, actually.
Yeah, I saw it now as well.
Yeah.
Martin's mic is very quiet.
I can cheat it by pulling this mic, because then the ducker moves away. So I can see my audio is slowly coming back here now. My Mygga audio. We tried to make it so the drums wasn't like overpowering you. That's pretty loud, I guess.
Okay.
All right.
I want to hear some more drums.
So, yeah, but now I stole the drum mic here, so that's fine. You have to suffer a little bit low audio here then for the drums. I can shout a little bit. So, first important snare drum sound is the ghost note. So, normal sound. But in between, you play a softer one. That one. That one. The ghost note. Then we have the roll. Short roll. I'm missing the drums. That's a little roll. We also have the flam, which is 2 sticks close to each other. That's the flam. That's the 3rd sound. And the 4th sound is the dynamics, that you can go. So you can go from low to high. All right, let's get over and write this down, Hannes, in the requirements.
Let's do it. I will follow you with this cam.
Okay.
Let's go.
Some cam. I tried to make really sure that the drums were not too loud in everyone's headphones. That's why you heard me kind of soft. So I have to see if I can make the ducker
less aggressive.
Release faster. I think that's the thing. All right.
Perfect. Well, we're off to a great start. I see LRCam16 says, hi there, good afternoon. Rye Bread Bird, big time for the daily dose of motivation. Good afternoon, chat.
Good afternoon.
And he also adds here, I'm having a great day. It is a gray, rainy day out. My dog always becomes so sleepy and just wants to cuddle up next to you, and some Wintergatan magic on that. And here we go. My Memeplex says, sounds better for now, both.
Yeah, I switched to the main mic. I will try to perhaps change the ducker if I'm going to play more drums. Let me actually do that now, so we have that set up for later.
I'm going to duck my wireless microphone to the live bus way. It's going to release way faster, like almost instantly. And perhaps remove one of the duckers. Let's see if that's better next time. I'm flying blind on that thing, or death.
Death.
All right.
And because I'm here right now, so I will join in for a short while before I drop out again. So hello, everybody. And you know what I do the best, Martin? I do the best when I get to thank all the wonderful backers that are supporting us. Yesterday was a big day because we also launched a membership on the Wintergatan 2 channel. So last stream, we got 8 new Wintergatan backers. So we had Craig Mooney, David Finnegan, Eric Graham Evans, Jimmy Thomas, Marcin Kowalczyk, Mats Kiesrud, and Rafael Brito, who became members during the stream in order to support us. And that means everything to us. That is so absolutely fantastic. Want to thank you for believing in us on this marvelous adventure. Okay, I'm out of breath. Let's go.
Fantastic to have new backers on the second channel. So if we go down here, I'm going to like the goal of all this is to make a mechanical snare drum that sounds like it was played by a real drummer. And as I said, there's kind of 4 sounds that makes this. And it's not the strong the classic 2 and 4 hits. It's all the small little notes that happens in between. So let's go to the design requirements and kind of clean this up. We have a happy Wilson, which is a good start of the stream. And then later, I'm going to try to actually do some more serious CADing or cladding, where we are going to talk about how to capture all these marbles, exactly what marble tracks to have, kind of where we should release them, if they should be guided towards the middle of the snare drum or not. In the case of the flam, for example, the clang, they need to hit on the side of the snare drum. The clang.
Are you still recording, Alphonse, or did you press stop?
Yeah, I actually stopped previously. So
great, thank you.
So let me... Oh, and an update from yesterday. I actually upgraded the super great dictation thing. Mm-hmm. So this like my first minutes using it here now, but I think it's smart now. So I think I can just demo it for fun because it was really nice yesterday. Of course, it's not working. It is working off screen. Oh, it is working.
Ah, you had zoomed in.
Can I pull this? All right. Let me see. Okay, we're gonna see here what I can do. It's the zoom in that. I wanna get that off. All right. Okay, so scratch everything I just said. I'm soon going to start dictate for you. Okay, I'll start now. By the way, and this is also, you can scratch this later, this is a design requirement for a marble machine, but I'll start now. The snare drum needs to play ghost notes. Oh, no, by the way, make that spooky notes and and add that it needs to play them excessively. Thank you. I hope this works. Okay, that was not really good. No, make that spook notes. Okay, this one was good. I think I have several recordings on my. This one you can talk to this one, and then it writes what you ask it to do. So I'm going to use the better version today. That was a bad demo from me, but anyway, I'm excited. I was faster yesterday in the design requirements, wasn't I?
Yeah.
As soon as
you shaved off quite a lot of time from that. Yeah. Absolutely. But you know what? Let's see here. someone that joined the chat earlier. Lena Molin just says, hi to all. I just joined to see the start. I have other things to do. Have a good stream.
Mom! What do you
need
mean
to
other things
watch
to do? Me and Hannes are live. It's only now.
Okay, and I know the audio stuff here, Martin. In my hearing, you're peaking a lot, and I see on the meter as well when you.
I think it's fine out.
Okay,
I don't know
peak
why.
that red when you scream.
Yeah, red is fine. I have a
Okay.
limiter. Thanks. Okay. So I want to kind of make all this text better. So today I want to make the design requirements atomic, which means that each requirement should only state one thing. I think these are good place to start. The snare drum must play soft hits, but then I also say with 2 marble tracks. That should not be in the same requirement.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start cleaning this up. And this is going to be a big step. If I can decide today, this is going to be a huge step forward for the entire machine. Okay, the snare drum must play soft hits. Why is that red? Must, because of must, there's some old formatting in here that I actually don't want. Let me see if we have it everywhere. Okay, let's go into the conditional formatting. Yeah, this one. Let's remove that. Thank you. The snare drum must play normal soft hits. These are all the dynamic hits. And then we have the medium one. Let's remove this normal. Soft hits must play medium hits. Let's grab all these. And I'm not going to say how many tracks. The snare drum must play hard hits. The snare drum must play super hard accent hits. And then that's the normal hits. Standard snare drum hits. I wonder if I should clarify that. The snare, let me say that. The snare drum must play the following standard hits. And then I can make them like this, perhaps. So we know that these are all normal snare drum hits in different dynamics. But then we have the kind of effect sounds, or I don't know, the special hits.
The flare.
The flare, exactly. The snare drum must play the following special hits. Okay.
The seasoning of the drums.
Yes. And then we start with the important one. The snare must play ghost notes. And why do I repeat? I think it's better when I write design requirements if I don't have this repeated language. Look here. Soft hits. I think this is way better way to write. It feels good to say the must, but since I have this, did you see that all of a sudden it gets so much simpler to read? Like, okay, that's what the snare drum needs to do.
Next, add pictures.
Exactly. The snare drum must play the following special hits: ghost notes, short rolls. Let me just left format the whole column. Short rolls. We're going to have long rolls. Can I say dash long rolls and title case, please, on all of that? Oh, that was not impressive. I wonder which mode I'm in.
But can the dictation AI take over the AI in the document?
They don't collaborate. Let me actually just show you a cool snare drum while I'll see which mode I'm in.
Well, let me show you a cool drum over here instead. We can have some movement here.
Preset super modes.
While Martin is fixing his screen here, look at that drum kit. And today we are deciding what sounds the snare drum on the marble machine should have. Let's have a little close-up look at that. The main event of today, the snare over there.
Nice. Dramatic.
Ooh. Yeah.
Dramatic. I love it. Very nice. Okay, so yeah, I'm playing a little bit with that feature because I loved it so much in the stream yesterday. Okay, so we have the ghost notes, we have the short rolls, we have the long rolls, and then we have the question mark side stick. Question mark flam. I wonder if it's called flam in English or if that's a Swedish drum word.
Let me Google fast.
Yeah,
I'm old school that way.
cool. So these are all the. Okay, so first decision perhaps, Hannes, is the side stick. There's actually.
It's called a flam. You're right.
Okay, nice. There's also rim. There's also one called like rim shot. Hit the rim. I'm going to show you on the drum set the difference. Flam I know I want because I have a cool idea for that.
Null Persona is wondering here. Surely the plan isn't to have a track and dropper for each of these, right?
Several tracks and droppers for each of these. Now, kind of. Not all of them. Short rolls and long rolls, I think, can be... or basically, null persona. In this stream, we're making that plan. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what this stream is about. But on the snare drum, on the machine, is save no expenses for the snare drum. It's going to breathe the life into the entire beat. So this is the channels that I had in mind yesterday. This is what we're going to revise today. Let's see what these requirements are. Ghost note marbles need to be picked up separately. Roll marbles need to activate the drumstick. Soft hit bar. Okay. So let's put these up here. And I think... Okay, I'm going to record for Alphonse here.
Yeah.
So we know the snare drum needs to play dynamic normal hits, ghost notes, short rolls, long rolls, the flam. But does it need to play side stick? And does it need to play the hit the rim sound? Let's go and figure it out by the drum kit.
Woohoo!
So now I'm think for the stream here, I think I'm going to do some audio tests to see if you can hear me talk over by the drums.
Okay.
Because I made the ducker a bit less aggressive. Now you can hear my wireless. My wireless looks a bit weaker than the SM7.
Yeah.
So just for some sound check chat, I see on my meter, but I have to guess a little bit what I'm doing. Check. I am disappearing when this mic comes on. Check. Am I coming back faster? No, because I'm talking into the mic. It's ducking.
That's right.
Yeah, it's because I'm talking into the mic. It's ducking me. So perhaps just less of a ducking. Let's just do a little bit of a ducking. Can I see that plugin? Where is it? Boom. Okay, so let's instead use this then. Threshold.
Yeah. And while you're fixing that, Martin, I will do my regular duties here and thank all the wonderful backers that are supporting us. They are growing every day. We're now 1,138 backers that are supporting us through YouTube memberships, through Patreon, and through Twitch subscriptions. And that is absolutely fantastic. And since yesterday, now you can also become a member on the Wintergatan 2 YouTube channel so that you get a nice little Wilson emoji or the Wilson badge next to your name. So you look cool in chat, you know. That is always important. Thank you all so much.
Okay, my wireless is stronger, and I think the other one is going to duck me a bit less. Let's see. It is already ducking me a little bit. That looks super loud now for chat. Okay, perhaps I just not should play so loud. Right, can we go down to the snare drum?
Dun, 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 yes. If we can.
So the two sounds. So now I have to choose the side stick sound. It's a classic. And I will always love you. Ooh. That's the ballad. But then also hit rim on side is this. You can hear.
Let's have a closer look at this one.
We also have this hit the rim on sound, which you can hear is distinct. They actually sound pretty different. And the rim is like...
Excuse me, Martin.
Yeah?
Did you hit record for Alphonse?
Yes.
Good.
Thank you for reminding me. It can be cool to like... But it's not very often you use that, right? That was like, Should we simplify by not having that and not having this? If we want some kind of sound like this, we can add it to the carousel. If we want some kind of sound like this, we add it to the carousel. I am going to skip both the and I. We're gonna make bangers. We're not gonna make ballads, okay? Skip that sound. So I'm gonna make the snare drum simpler by not having that functionality, and this. We can add an effect like that on the carousel. Since we have a carousel, if we want to sound like, if we want that sound, or we can add something on the carousel that does that sound. Let's head over to the design requirement and simplify them.
Perfection. And you know what? You could also have a stationary Hannes on stage hitting the rim for you.
Perfect.
No worries.
All right.
Okay, sounds pretty good, especially compared to earlier. You did good job, Martin. Chat is happy with you. Sound is great.
Oh, was the sound better?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And you know what else is very, very great? Derek Van Allen joined as a YouTube member on the second channel as well. That makes us so happy to see. Thank you, Derek Van Allen. MVP as always. Thank you, Derek.
I think Wilson fell a little bit in love here with Derek because look at his eyes. It's like bulging now. Okay. Let's. Okay, so I just decided that we are not. To make the machine simpler, I'm not going to do the side stick sound. I'm not going to do the hit the rim sound. Why?
Got them, Zoom.
I'm not going to do the.
What is happening? Boo! You got ghosts in the machinery now.
I'm not going to do the hit the rim sound. All right. Better.
Okay. But you know what's even better than that? Our dear friend Martin gifting yet another membership, this time to Hell's Minerva. Just received a gift membership from Martin to the Wintergatan 2 YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Martin.
Fantastic. Thank you. All right. If I should be here, we change the microphone to this one. All right.
Yes, Harmonial is right. Cast it into the fire. There we go.
So what I've been doing previously then is to decide like what marble tracks we're gonna have. And I think it makes a lot of sense to start with these standard hits. But I want to explain something. The flam sound, when you hit twice, is going to be made programming with the standard hits by hitting the drum at almost the same time. So that should not, the flam should not become a marble track. Okay. Soft hits, medium hits, hard hits. All right. So now the next hard. So now I need to decide how many marble tracks are needed for each of these, and it depends on how fast they need to be able to repeat the same soft hit. Boom, boom, boom. I also kind of need to plan on the space on the snare drum where things can go. Some hits really want to hit the middle, and there's going to be a war for space on this snare drum. So yeah, where should I start here, Hannes?
I know where we should start. We should start by thanking our dear friend Martin that just gave us a super chat with the text, "To make the machine simpler should be motto." Words to live by.
Fully agree. Fully agree.
Thank you, as always, Martin, for always being there.
I am also a little like okay. So let's think about this. Which one of these are playing the normal 3-2-4 beat, like tu tu ga tu 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 ga ku tu tu ga ku tu ga ga tu tu ga ku. When the music is kind of loud and nice and you know when the snare drum is at the maximum. In pop music, often the snare drum is just at the maximum at all times. So should we then be? This is actually the first decision. Let's make a design requirement regarding this. And this depends on where we want the fill-ins to go. Because if we want to do gaku kuku gaku kuku gaku kuku daga daga guku gaku ku, if we want the daga daga to be louder than the 3/4, the 3/4 has to be played by the medium, and the hards are playing daga daga boom. But that means a lot of channels, and it feels kind of. I think we want the snare drum to be convincing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it needs to be the hard ones. I think the hard ones is the standard rock and roll snare drum. And it all starts with the hard hits, and I think we need 4 of those to be able to play 1, 2, 3, 4, boom.
1, 2, 3, 4, boom.
Hard hits. And then the medium hits is like more of a breakdown when you want to go. And then, you know, then it has that level. Yeah. This is correct. All right. The hard hits takes care of the 3/4. Let's add. I wonder where I should add that. Perhaps just after here. 2/4 strong play fill-ins. It's just what they do. So a new design requirement is there must be 4 marble tracks for the hard hits. That's actually a bad design requirement because it's not design agnostic. Let me write that better. I'm just thinking where. Perhaps just to. Daga daga budududu. The hard hits need to be able to play the badadada drum fill. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's basically note repetition. So let's go for milliseconds. Actually, I have logic here. I can record. Can you hear that music box?
I can.
Yeah. Yeah, I think stream is hearing it as well. Also, let me just record. Oh, that was my test notes from before. Daga daga. I played daga daga daga. This is off screen for all of you. Apologies for that. Now I can see in Logic how fast that went. It went from 744 within half a second. Exactly, funny enough, 500 milliseconds. This is not really scientific, but meaning this is a better design requirement because it's not. I don't say 4 tracks. I just say how much we need to repeat it. We have to play 4 beats, 4 notes within 500 milliseconds. Okay, let's change it to that instead. The hard hits must have a repeatability of 4 notes within 500 milliseconds. Bamburg. It's not so smart now, this thing. I don't know if they demoted me. Anyway, it's good. The hard hits must have a repeatability of 4 notes within 500 milliseconds. Which is actually the requirement. All right. So I think that's our first marble tracks. I think like, and I'm going to make this into a could. So this is just maybe like it's not a requirement, it's a design note almost, that the hard hits could use 4 marble tracks. Public. Yeah, it's not good now. The hard hits could use 4 marble tracks. They need to hit the center, actually. So we have to see that they escape from each other. We also need to note where they're going to hit. The hard hits need to hit the center of the snare drum. Snag ram.
The snag-a-ram-a ding-dong.
And it said strike instead of hit. Well, center of the snare drum. Close to the center, I would say. Because when we alternate them, we play 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. We want all of those to sound the same. So we don't want to hit very off center. All right. I think we have what we need to start the first real marble drops here for the snare drum.
Perfection. I just want to see if I manage to update this right here. This is the new backers the last 24 hours. I can see here we have Derek Van Allen and we have House Minerva there as well. So I'm getting there. Getting updates on the fly here.
Nice, Hannes. Well
done.
done.
Last 24 hours we got 9 new members, which means that we got some before this time yesterday. Okay.
Well done.
Yep, I'm getting there.
What was the
Thank you all so very much.
What was the comment before about are you surely not using one track for each? Because I have an interesting thought for that person, that the Ludwig and Derek is discussing an idea off stream. Do you have it still?
I will have to see. Probably not.
So
I can't scroll that far back.
So yeah, we are discussing ways to reduce tracks and still be able to drop notes fast. So if there's some way to drop 2 marbles from one programming track like this, the slight issue here is that this has to be really fast. It's like a 1/10 of a second from this point to this point. And this thing needs to have time to fall down and register and then drop there. So there are discussions. This is a good example of why a design requirement, if I say that there should be 4 marble tracks, but we haven't actually examined if there's a better way of designing it, that design requirement, if that was more design agnostic, we would leave the door open for better designs. But I am leaving the door open for better designs. Something like this could make like half of the tracks to go away, if we could make it work. But I'm not sure we can. But it's a discussion to keep the tracks lower. All right. Let's switch to the snare drum and make these first tracks. These are our bread and butter snare drum hits, Hannes. So I think they should be in the middle. I don't see any other way around it. They should just be in the middle. Oh, one thing. I think the flam sound should be achieved by the 2 outermost. Because they can't hit the same point. Let's begin by making 4 identical marbles in the middle. What sketch did I use? Is this one? Yeah. We can also go for marble size here. I don't want this one because I want the 2 middle tracks to share the center. 25. Is 25 good? 25. 25 is pretty good, actually.
As a reminder for us, which was the sizes you used on the previous machines? 11, right?
11 on the plywood one and 15.875
Ooh,
on the
Marvel
Marvel
MMX.
X, yeah. And that snare drum sounded good. So I think 20, 25 or even... Yeah. This is not the stream, I decide. Oh. Okay, let's go to the drums and listen to them a little bit.
Okay.
Let's listen to some sizes.
Absolutely.
I need to just fix the mics here. Our cool connection has been lost overnight, so I have to do it manually.
That happens sometimes. We're live streaming.
All right, so normal snare hit, the bread and butter. This will sound worse than the stick, but I think I'm gonna start here with, I think this is, I brought it. This is the MMX marble. Sounds pretty good. Do you hear how similar they sound?
Excuse me. Did you hit record for Alpha?
Yeah, we did.
Nice.
Thank you for checking. So that's a 15. I dropped it.
Floor marble.
Floor marble. I'm using the sign as a doorstop, so I can't put it up. Here's 18.
Okay, let me do that again. Nice.
I hit the side. This is not scientifically, it sounds better in the middle. Here's 20. I mean, there's not a big difference between like 14 and 20. Yeah, it is. The 20 has more meat. 22. Was that even a little bit too hard?
Ooh.
You like that? Hitting the
very loud. A bit too harsh.
For the stream or for the... That was
too loud.
25 and 30.
Big oomph.
It's interesting that the 30 is not almost stronger, right?
Yeah.
The 30 was kind of like more of a bottom. Oh, that was interesting. I didn't... So that was much more bass, less transient. Aha, interesting. That's really good, because that means we don't have to go super big. Which can save a lot of weight for me on the lifting. 22 perhaps on the normal. Ooh, 20? Or is this 18? No, this is 20. I dropped 18. This is not scientific. 22 or 20 for this. Nice.
Very, very good, sir.
Do you have some with the A7 III, Hannes?
Yeah. I've been shown a lot of that.
Okay, nice. It's kind of a nice one. All right. Actually, kind of a cool surprise there.
Let's see. Hell's Minerva says here, floor marble counter 3.
You know what? I'm going to go pick that marble up. So, so my sets are, yeah.
How responsible of you.
Don't ask me what drugs I'm taking in the morning, Hannes.
Hype.
Otherwise, I would never.
Hypium.
You know, this was interesting. I want to make a note in the design requirement. So I have this system which allows me to make notes here, where I put 1.1.2.2.0 snare notes. And then a note here. 30 millimeter marble actually was too big. It went through the drum head and produced a worse transient. This is great news. Because, yeah.
Because reasons.
Because I can't lift big marbles with my tiny little asparagus body.
So it's energy.
Yeah.
Energy, okay.
So
energy transfer.
it's a really good surprise, actually. I think then that the normal hit should be 20 or 22. I have a lot of 20 millimeter marbles in the studio.
Enough to build a machine?
No, enough to build a good prototype for the snare drum.
There we go. The one loop prototype.
Exactly. But I want to try... Wait, I'm just going to try fast if there's a difference between 20 and 25. Just for myself here. It's not. Wait, with my own ears. Oh. It's almost that the 20 sounds better than the 25.
Interesting.
Super interesting, actually. I'm thinking maybe I need to reconsider this super hard accent hit.
Is it okay for me to switch screen, Martin?
Oh, I can do it.
Thank you.
And I also should switch the mic.
Good.
Some surprises here, actually. Some good surprises. Let's say...
Smaller marbles. Yay!
Yeah, it's good, actually. The hard hit... I'm going to say... The hard hits could be played using 20 millimeter marbles.
Hell's Minerva. Sorry, I only count floor marbles, no sticks.
Oh yeah, I hit the stick. Thank you, Hell's Minerva. Someone keeping track. So kind of a surprise here because, you know, we want. So this is how everything is connected. We wanted these marbles to hit the center of the drum, which makes that simpler if we go down to 20 millimeter because those marble gates are going to need less sideways space. So let's start with two 20 millimeter marbles. I'm going to make this symmetric. Let's say, I don't know how tight we can make this. This could be something.
Okay, interesting question and good comment here from Carmcraft. Martin, if sound quality allows, are you going for the smallest possible or biggest possible marbles? From an engineering standpoint, probably the smallest, but maybe from a visual point, the biggest?
Yeah, exactly. You're dead on. The real problem for me is going to be to power this machine. That's where I'm most...
Unsure.
The thing that I feel most unsure... Perhaps I should record that. So we have a great question from Carmcraft. Martin, if sound quality allows, are you going for the smallest possible or biggest possible marbles? From an engineering standpoint, probably the smallest, but maybe from a visual point, the biggest. Absolutely correct. The biggest concern is the design requirement that this machine should be powered by only one person manually. And if we have to lift a lot of super heavy marbles up the conveyor belt, I won't be able to put that power into the machine. So, and I think right now, what I feel most unsure of in the entire project is if my input power will be enough. So I think reducing the size of marbles for the input power equation to work out is something that I want to do. But then I was thinking, if I really want large marbles, I can use other materials to make the marbles super visible by being big, but don't weigh so much. For example, wooden marbles. But I think I want to stay with metal marbles to make it simpler. We need to make the machine simpler.
As our motto says.
Yes. All right. I hope that answered your question, Karncraft. Otherwise, please elaborate.
And Hal says, so many of these decisions and tests should have been done years ago, and a lot of them already have.
Yeah.
Is that true?
It is true. I never dared to put down my foot. I never locked the design freeze. That's what I'm trying to do now. I'm locking a design freeze. And that's where this design requirement process is paying off. Because if we don't know the sizes of these marbles, we can't start looking at the solutions.
There we go.
It is true.
Right.
I've been I'm scared of making this. I've been scared of making these decisions.
But we're a lot of people here now holding your hands, Martin.
I'm starting to think about the wooden marbles, actually. We're gonna see how small the ghost notes needs to be. All right, I think we're done. Let me perhaps just revolve these correctly. I think we're going to hide that one. These are revolved correctly.
And 00 Lack is wondering, what is the definition of sound quality? Is it a subjective sounds good to Martin, or is there a more objective comparison we could do?
Yeah, so I think when we have an idea in the CAD model, I'm just gonna wait for the CAD. When we have a finished idea in this CAD model, I think then it's time to bring out the recording equipment and test all these drum sounds, and then listen to them in the mix and evaluate them on how they sound in the drum microphones, not just like me in the room here, to make the final calls.
Yeah.
Because then we can also mix on the drums. We can see, okay, this marble on the crash makes the crash sound way louder than the snare drum. So we can actually get away with a smaller marble on the crash, and also that's going to be easier to mix the drums, because a good drummer is mixing himself. Mm-hmm. It's not only lowering the volume of the microphones, it's actually the drummer itself mixing. So I think I wanna decide a first approximation, and then we should confirm with a true drum test when we've done this thing. Which actually reminds me that we started on the process notes. So let's actually add that to the process notes. I think we were here. Yeah, because we're talking about doing more serious tests later. So I'm going to put in here. Yeah, you can scratch that. So I'm going to start dictating soon. Scratch everything before now. Once we have a guess of the marble sizes for all the instruments, we should record all the instruments seriously in the studio, all the drums, the bass, the vibraphone, etc., to confirm that the marble size decision is correct, or to see if we can nudge the marble sizes some way to get superb audio quality. Scratch everything before this point. It didn't do it. Yeah, I have to talk to it.
Yeah, give it a stern talking, Martin. This is not okay.
So, yeah, we have to. We can do much more. But basically, in the process now, I'm looking. Is it possible to have this size marbles on the marble routing or not? And once we see, it kind of is, and it kind of sounds good in the room, then let's do a finer test with the correct equipment. That also should be a quite fun video, actually, and wouldn't take super long. A good idea.
A drum battle between Marcus and the machine. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yes, that's going to happen. Good. We have the hard hits, but I'm starting to think about the super hard accent hits because the bigger marble didn't sound good. So I'm thinking about actually skipping this as well and making the machine simpler.
Yeah, there's so many accents. Like, do you want to go with a German or a French or? I mean, there's so many.
Could we? So I'm thinking about skipping this. I'm saying it again for the video. Sorry for the stream. I'm thinking about skipping this super hard accent hit since the big marble didn't sound good, and I think we can drop the normal marbles at the same time to get a harder. The flam marbles can be dropped at the same time to get the accent. That's really elegant solution, actually. And we can even do it with again, we can do it with the carousel, Hannes.
Ooh,
Okay, so right now I'm going to drop the super hard accent hits and make the machine simpler. Cast it into the fire.
Wow, look at you making decisions.
So now we have this flam sound. And I think that should be played by the hard hits. So the hard hits can produce the flam sound if we drop two marbles close to each other time-wise, and if they don't share the same hit point on the snare drum. If they can hit next to each other, then we can do flam sound and harder accent sound by dropping them simultaneously. So this is not a design requirement. This is more of a note. But it is a design requirement. Yes, it is a design requirement hidden in there. Two or more of the hard hits need to have separate hit points so that they can hit the snare drum simultaneously. That's a good design requirement. Butter.
Nice. And Jimmy here is wondering, is there still hope for only one size of marbles as a whole? And I know where Jimmy stands on that question. Is there still hope?
There is hope until we're not going to manufacture a single little part on this machine until we have red teamed the final CAD model. So until the digital twin, until we start to order parts for the digital twin, there is hope. But question is what problem that would solve and what problem it would give rise to. I'm pretty sure the different sizes is simplifying the machine rather than complicating it, from my perspective. Let's go and see the marble routings then on these four, on the first one. Oh yeah. Switch to snare drum.
And I see these kinds of comments coming up every now and then. So let's see it from Jeremy Cox that says, I'm sure this has been discussed to death, but to me the charm of the marble machine is its limitations. If you make a machine that can recreate exactly what a human can do, why even make the machine? Question mark.
It's a great, I agree with you, Jeremy. And it's super important to remind ourselves that the limitations is part of the allure and the thing that makes me creative, making songs within the limitations. This machine is going to be able, with all my bells and whistles, the machine is going to be able to make 2% of what a human drummer can do. I just needed to go...
Exaggerate much?
I just needed to go from 0.2% to 2%. I'm not going for 100.
That's why we have Marcus.
Yes.
And Jimmy just want to say that's a very satisfying answer to his question about the marble sizes.
Oh, good. No, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it's this strange line between actually making decisions and keeping things open.
Mm-mm.
So let's talk about where these channels should hit. And actually, then we actually need to change how we're CADing this because of the drop height. Because they have a longer travel. So I need to know, I need to use this. Because this is where it hits the snare drum. This is the middle of the snare drum. I want to hide this marble. It's just an example marble. All these lines, these two should hit the middle of the snare drum. And these should hit the side. Because these are the flam marbles. So these two marbles can hit at the same time. Or if we do them even more out, maybe we can do that. Then we can hit with 3 marbles at the same time. Ooh, vroom. Ha, interesting. But I need to remove the vertical constraint here because we have a custom variable for the length of these lines. Oh, that's mirrored, fine. So we need to remove this. Let me see if I can find everything here. Or if I need to redo it. Okay, let me just delete them. That's of course it. All right. So we have a document-wide variable called marble drop height that I'm using for all the marble drop heights. So I'm adding that here to all these lines. Meaning that if they go travel sideways, we should that should be accounted for. So that's shorter. Or we drop from, yeah, it's a very small difference. Now let's see how far off should this hit? If we have marbles that are 20 millimeter wide, perhaps this can hit from the center. If we do 25, let's see what happens. I want to make sure there's room here between these marbles. See what I mean, Hannes? They don't collide. Cool. Perhaps like that. I don't know if you see where I'm going. Here's 20. Here's 20. Now I need to set the distance from here. Kind of 15. All right, everything turned white.
Constrained.
And now we have those. And if I redo the mirroring, so choose the mirror line, I want this, and I also want this, and also let's show the marble path as well. So you can see we have 3 hits here in the middle, and or close to the middle. The 2 hits the dead center, so you could use these 2 for dish, 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 dish. Those 2 are maybe like the 2 and 4, the most used tracks. And then the outsides are for accents and flams and da-da-da-da. Then we use all 4s. I like it. All right. I think we're done with the first tracks.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna just show that. All right, so here's the first 4 tracks. 2 of the middle marbles hit the middle. The outside marbles hit on the outside, so these marbles can hit the snare drum at the same time, because that allows us to make the flam effect. Let's add that. We can also make hard accents. So let's add that to the design requirements. We can achieve accent hits by dropping 2 or 3 of the hard hits marbles on the snare drum at the same time. And they can also be a little bit offset timing-wise to create the flam effect. It's not a
Snap drum.
snap drum.
That's a new thing.
It's not really the snap drum. No. Yeah, it was great before the stream.
Perhaps it's like has stage fright, you know. A lot of people watching it.
So now is the question. Let's move on to the next. These 4 snare marbles are doing a lot of heavy lifting, and if we fix the so just to be clear, that if we fix the something like this, if this would be possible, we could take these. If we do something like this, we could take these 4 tracks and make them 2, probably. All right. Next hit. Next meme. Medium hits. How often are we? Yeah, but okay. Yeah. I think I want 2 of those. But the soft hits, that are the ghost notes, I think.
Yeah.
So I can simplify. All right, we're recording. I think I found another simplification. I think having 3 dynamic levels plus a ghost note under that is overkill. I think the ghost notes and the soft hits can be the same thing. So let's cast the soft hits into the fire. Boom. When it zooms like that, it's because I'm casting them into the fire. So I just made the machine simpler.
Good job, Martin. Ooh.
I just made the machine simpler there. You made the ghost note sounds.
Yes.
Medium hits. Let's talk about the medium hits. I'm pretty sure they need to hit kind of close to the middle, which might be an issue if we have to guide them super hard sideways.
You talk about hitting close to the middle. You know what hits close to my heart, Martin? When I see people like Per Berthels that just became a Wintergatan backer through YouTube memberships on Wintergatan 2.
Thank you,
That
Per.
is so fantastic. Yeah.
Thank you, Per. That it means so much to us. Honestly, we're trying to get this machine happening, and yeah, that is the best support we can ever get. Thank you. Okay, medium hits. I think I'm gonna go over to the snare drum and feel some kind of marble size a little bit. So let's add my wireless. Now we're on the wireless instead. I'm gonna bring some wooden marbles this time.
Yeah, and that's... Oh, what a nice pan I got there. Ooh, yeah.
And have a sip of water.
Get ready. Where is he? He's over there drinking. Okay.
So medium hits. What I want medium hits for, I love breakdowns. And sometimes during breakdowns, you still want a 2/4. Oh, I should record this. Perhaps I already did.
Double check.
Double check. Oh, yes. Now I'm recording it.
Perfect. Nice.
If you have bad jokes, Hannes, I can make the bad joke drum sound also. I am just one.
I only have good jokes, so I'm too bad for you. Okay, what were you discussing? Medium hits.
So, if 22 or 20 steel marble is a strong hit, sounds great. What would then be a medium hit? And for, where am I? Here.
You're in the wide.
I love breakdowns. So in the strong part of a song, I love breakdowns. In the strong part of the song, it might sound. Break it down. Like if this is a groove in the breakdown, that snare hit should be medium. So I think medium hit will do the job of 2/4 during the breakdown. Can we do that with a wedge though, Hannes?
A wedge?
What if, let's also think about a wedge here. You know, a sound wedge that we do on the others, like muffler.
Sound wedge, like the silicone thing you did on the vibraphone.
Yep. But now I only have a towel to try that. Oh, to save on marble tracks. That could be a good thing.
Are you ready for a ragadish, Martin? Because John Loves the Lord has a good one here.
Okay.
Hannes 3000. When does a joke become a dad joke? When it becomes apparent.
That's a good one. Golf clap.
That's very, very good.
Golf clap.
Okay, back to it. Let's see. What is he doing? He's putting a towel on the vibraphone.
So the medium hit, the towel is going to be. We can't only do the. Okay, let me think. We have two options on lowering the snare drum. Maybe there is more. We can add a dampener between the big snare, between the big marble and the drums. So the big one without, with. Much more muffled. Only one layer of towel. Without. It's kind of a nice difference. So just brainstorming. That's one way to get dynamics. And then we can also think about this if it should be in the program or if I should pull a lever to get that wedge in there. We can go further with the wedge, making it even thicker. Say marble. Whoa.
Oh, wow, attacked.
Wow. Okay. Doesn't sound like a soft hit, really.
No.
But pretty close. The other way is to
Getting close to sound like a kick drum almost when it's that muffled.
Yeah, that's not so good. The other way is to use a much smaller marble. So here we have 12 millimeter, first 20, then 12. That's kind of nice. But with microphones and stuff, that's not a big difference actually. So let's try a very small wooden marble for fun. Whoop. Those are very imprecise. Wooden. That didn't sound so good, but it sounded soft. We can also hit the side of the drum to make the sound way less loud, but also worse. Medium hit. It's the breakdown hit. Probably.
And chat is wondering, what about height regulation? The height they're being dropped from the marble.
Also a very good comment. So I can just, it's a good thing to keep in mind in the brainstorming. From my full arm and from here, it's a very natural lower. So small marble from close.
Very distinct difference.
It's a very good sound, actually. Small marble from close. But it wouldn't jump off the drum.
You need to catapult it out of the gate.
As soon as we change the thing with latency, I've been thinking about this for 9 years. As soon as we change the latency of the marble falling by dropping the height, the machine needs to play. We can account for that in the program as long as the machine plays the perfect tempo every time. We could have a drum. We could have a drop 20 centimeters from the drum and one drop 1 meter, and we could accommodate for that in the programming mathematically, as long as we know exactly how fast the programming wheel goes. If the programming wheel is a little bit over tempo or under tempo, then we will have a timing issue. Pretty small timing issue, and I think the whole thing with this machine is that the programming wheel will not be over or under because of all the governors and flywheels. It's another. So now we have 3 ways. We have muffler, we have falling height, we have 4 ways. We also have material on marble.
Yeah, and Astro haha was here, says the towel on top on the drum muffles the sound. A levitated wedge would solve that.
That's a really good point. A wedge that I have the little.
Have the silicone
Let's
wedge?
rig something like that. It's a
do it.
Great point.
Change the angle of the drum, I also see here.
Yeah, that would make them jump off better.
Yep.
So that's good. Wait, this was a great brainstorm session. Let's actually add some of these brainstorms before I start.
Did you switch the mic?
Thank you for reminding me.
Are we clear to move over to your screen?
Yes,
we are. I will leave the comment up so you remember it.
I want to brainstorm in everything here. So medium hits notes. We can achieve dynamics in several ways. We can introduce material between the marble and the snare drum, like a levitated wedge of some soft material like silicone. We can also have things immediately on the drum, which would change the drum sound, which is the famous towel, 70s drum sound, the dry sound. We can also change the fall height, which has timing issues as long as the machine is not playing the perfect RPM, but it has no timing issues if the machine plays the perfect RPM. A bit redundant, but yes. We can also change the marble size and the marble material. So let's make a list of those, I think 5 things. Yo, it made a list.
Damn.
That was good. We can achieve dynamics in several ways. Here are 5. That was the best so far. See that? It took my rambling and just cleaned it up. Ha.
Nice.
That was a good one.
When it works, it works.
Yes. And it didn't put like make a list in here. It just made a list. Impressed. And it actually pasted it in different cells. Oh my God. So I can actually insert several design requirements and just rambling. Finally.
I can sense your goosebumps all the way from here.
I'm very happy about that. So this is good. It's like a brainstorming thing, and it's a good like example here. We shouldn't. It's too early to say which one is best, but I want to make kind of a guess. Did I miss something? Oh, actually, it was the thing about the snare drum angle. Was that the comment you had up, Hannes? If the smallest marbles doesn't jump off the snare drum, we can increase the angle to make them jump better.
Perfect. And also then Jimmy has something here as well. Let's see. height could a lot of time emulate the bigger marbles. So if we're confident on drivetrain speed regulation, we can simplify many things, I feel like. And it has a lot of impact for instrument placements, so should likely be considered ASAP.
The different height could, yeah, so if there's one thing that is like the commandment of the machine, let's go to the drivetrain or actually the top of the entire thing. Functional requirements. There's a top level functional requirement that
Relax a bit. I see it.
So here, the machine should play as tight music as possible. That's a guideline, but it's a super important guideline. So Jimmy, was it Jimmy? Yeah, it was Jimmy.
Yep.
The different drop heights introduces uncertainty I didn't have on the previous machines. I think it's we have to be sure that we're getting. It shouldn't be like ignored, but we have to be sure that we get a lot of great functionality in return for that increased risk of not being able to play tight. Okay. So vary the fall height. Change the marble material. Let's go to the drums and check with the plywood marble, with the wooden marbles. Change mic. That was just a really good brainstorming session there.
Yeah, very, very good. I love this. Yeah. And Jimmy says, yeah, that's what I meant with considering it. Test and all.
Yeah, perfect.
So are you recording this?
Yes.
Good, Martin.
So I almost think, Hannes, that from 1 meter fall height, I think like a 12 millimeter marble is almost too strong. That's not really a huge difference in sound, is it?
Mm-hmm.
It's less loud, but I want the dynamics to be even clearer. So let's see what a large wooden marble does. 20 millimeter steel, large wood.
Similar.
Large wood, similar as the 12 millimeter steel. 20 millimeter steel, medium wood. Oh, bad hit. A bit better. 20 millimeter steel, small wood. That's pretty nice, but it's not a good sound. That's the difference this makes. I love that. It's great, right? Is the medium going to use drumsticks?
Oh.
Or are we going to try the elevated wedge? We know we can do with the... That doesn't sound good, though. That's hard, actually. Which is also going to be something with the ghost notes. The ghost notes are going to be kind of hard. Actually, the best sound was the small marble close. Oh, wait. That's the best sound.
Yep.
That's perfect. That's beautiful.
Keep on hitting it. It's so beautiful.
But it doesn't bounce us off. It needs... What we could do if we want a small little is like an off ramp like this. That works, see?
Then it needs a little catcher, which is super cute.
Does it make the machine simpler?
Which of it?
The little hand that needs to catch it.
It makes so that it doesn't do this. I mean, if we want to solve the low drop marble, then we would have a marble gate right on top of the snare drum. That's maybe cute. But it's the fall height difference that I'm scared of. 10mm marble from the top. That kind of works. Okay. All right, so the small metal marble from small height is the best sound. What about the wooden marbles? Wood marbles off. That doesn't sound good. The only thing we didn't try is the levitated wedge.
Where is it?
Should we try it?
Where is the wedge? Find the wedge!
I can't play.
Yes, you can. Shut up.
I got nervous.
I got nervous.
I play the same groove all the time and I need to play something new. Levitated wedge. I saw it. It's on my desk here. See if I can rig this up like really badly, really fast. Perhaps with a magic arm or something. Let's go for the A7 III.
Soon. I want to zoom in here.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, the marble disappeared.
I see in chat here as well. Hannes, please have Martin test tilted drum.
We can do that. I guess it's for the
Bounce and sound difference, I'm guessing.
I'm tilting the drum a bit more. Now I guess that the small marble is going to actually jump off really nicely. Yes.
Yeah, very beautiful. Look at that.
That's a good ghost note as well.
Any music.
Does it feel more like any music?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try the big hit with this tilted.
Oh, wow. That's a launch.
Jesus. I wonder if 30. Let's try the 30 that didn't sound good before with the tilted. Yeah, it sounds better actually with tilted.
Oh, wow. Attack.
It's super hard to catch them actually before the wall. Why can't I catch them? It's embarrassing. $20. 25. Missed the center. 25. All right. So with the smaller, let's see what the wood does with the smaller. We have lost our 30mm marble. It's under the kick drum. Always something. Did that sound a bit better all of a sudden? It sounded better tilted.
Yep. Very close to drumstick.
Oh my god. The wooden marble tilted from the top position. Okay, the smallest wooden marble from the top position. That sounds a bit... That sound worse. Medium wood from the top. Good. Good. It made a difference actually, the tilting. It was good of chat. So we should add that later, that the tilt actually makes quite a big sound difference.
Cute. 'Cute. 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 '
The wedge. The wedge. I'm going to do the simplest test, just holding it up by my hand. So without the wedge, I hope I can hit it now. Miss. That's not a good test, really. I hit it, but I don't know. I don't know. Let's try it like this. I mean, putting stuff between the marble and the snare drum will work, I feel. What do we feel about having wooden marbles on the machine for some tracks? Or is it then better to have lower steel marbles?
Gut feeling, just vibes, steel. But if it works, wood is cool.
10mm steel marbles. How do I make the ghost notes? Is that they need to be even smaller. Perhaps that's... I want the ghost notes to be even. Is it cute to have some drops close to the snare drum? Perhaps. Huh.
Can you have 2 snare drums?
I have been thinking about that to make all these sounds. I don't want to do that. It's a good outside the box idea.
Could be inside the machine. You don't see it as much, but that is like drumsticks instead.
Drumsticks?
Yeah, something like that to make it really simple. Hide away. Hide it away. Let them do the ghost notes on the second snare drum instead. That's more hidden.
Here I have something, I think. Small wooden marble outside this plastic thing makes a good ghost note.
Good.
Yeah, this is not scientifically. Huh. Okay. I thought that the hard ones were going to be much bigger marbles and that the small steel marbles definitely would. Let's go to the computer and think. What?
And Jimmy says here, fully on board with ghost notes played on a ghost snare we can't see.
The rolls, I'm very sure, will be with a drumstick. So there's going to be a drumstick here. But this dynamics issue was actually quite surprising. What if I remove the... Let me try the towel. I mean, it's pretty efficient if the 4 main marbles can become smaller. Can become less loud. Huh, okay, let's go think a bit. I wasn't expecting the medium hits to be the most difficult thing.
Okay. Deep breath and regroup. What is happening? And what are we trying to decide today?
So I'm deciding exactly what sounds the snare drum of the marble machine is going to play. The functional requirements of the snare drum. And so far I've decided that we need a hard hit that we can repeat 4 times within 500 milliseconds. And then I'm trying to figure out how to make the medium hit. You know, if we would have low gates, it would be in the way for the tambourine module. It would look messy with marble tracks down here. I don't like the low thing. I think keeping the fall height is really important. But of course, then a wooden marble probably falls slower because of air resistance than a steel marble.
Balmonk has repeatedly asked about snare weights on the snare drum.
Snare
Do you know what that is?
No, I don't know, Balmonk. Please.
And I always like, with a snare weight. What is a snare weight? I have no idea. Please elaborate. Hannes, please ask Morten if he has thought of a snare weight.
Perhaps you mean a damper, an adjustable damper. That could also be, let me just write that, snare. The snare drum could have an adjustable damper, programmed or manually controlled. That's kind of for later. Yeah, I'm curious for the snare weight. What if there's actually a spot on the drum head? That muffles it, sure. But I also like muffled drum. So I can actually add a 0.6 to this list on how to achieve dynamics. Some spots on the drum head can have padded areas for volume control. For example, the medium one. Perhaps we should actually leave the discussion. It's because we went hard into this. Oh, Balmonk is here. It's a weight you brace against the drum. Marble machine can engage, disengage. There are products for changing the dynamics of a snare. Yeah, I think you mean the damper I was thinking about. And I added it, Balmonk. Let me know. It's a weight you brace against the drum. Snare weight. It kind of holds it down. That's interesting. It's probably not the damper I wrote.
Snare weight. I'm Googling it now.
So, what do I know about the medium hits? The medium hits must be dynamically much lower compared to the hard hits. Let's try to make this atomic. The medium hits must sound good to play 2 and 4 on a breakdown, for example. And it can also be used as a stronger ghost note. Because what I really want to figure out is the place on this, how much room we have on the snare drum. Why is there only one marble here? Let's switch to snare drum. I didn't make any marbles. The revolve. Now I see. The revolve had died. Let's fix that. There we go. Going to revolve this over this. Yes. Going to revolve this. Deselect everything over this. Yes. And we're going to revolve down here Are you Googling?
Yeah. It's like a clamp that you tighten around the rim of the drum. But I don't understand how that would be used here.
I might have used the wrong axis here making this marble. Something happened. It's a Cirque du Soleil act all of a sudden. This is what happens when you use the wrong axis when you try to revolve a marble. And it's kind of beautiful.
You create art by accident.
Is it this one? Yeah.
Karmcraft is wondering here, just for clarification then, what's a ghost note and is it absolutely necessary?
Yes. A ghost note is the lowest note, which is a... All those weak ones are ghost notes. And it's kind of the thing that I love most about drummers when they play nice ghost notes. It's also a huge skill because it's hard to play a very soft note, very accurately timing-wise, and then all of a sudden change to a hard note. Talking about change, I'm changing my mic here, which I forgot. I'd say that it's not difficult to achieve. It's more of a discussion like how do we achieve them in the best way possible. Mirror. Going to mirror these. Let's not mirror that one. Oh, we mirrored that way. Okay, so this mirror is completely changed.
And Balmonk came back with this comment here. Snare weight fader F1 looks to be a nice example of a product you could look at for inspiration.
Cool.
And it's what I can see, it's adjustable here as well. So that makes it more... It makes more sense to me than just having one big clamp that dampens everything.
Can you can you show it through OBS? You just can you screenshot it and show it through OBS? That would be fantastic.
Oh, that's a tall order, sir.
That would be fantastic, actually.
Let's see what I can do. I can do anything.
Perfect. All right, so I'm just cleaning that up. Shift P hides everything. And we don't need to save because it's on shape. Love working in on shape, by the way. What is this ghost marble? Do I really need to? I know what it is. This one too. There we go. That's the 4 marble tracks that we know of so far. Yeah, these medium hits kind of surprised me. I don't really want to move to the next part until I have an idea for how to make them. Perhaps with a suspended piece of something. That could look cool, actually. Or a pad on the thing. Let me try a pad on the thing. That could be... Because I don't mind having a dampened snare drum sound at all times. All right, I'm gonna try that, Hannes. Hannes is concentrating.
I am so concentrated.
Hannes is handling a lot of different computers, so you never know which computers is what. Okay, so in the brainstorming sesh, we had this idea here. Some spots on the drum head can have padded areas for volume control. Instead of the levitated one. Let me just try this fast on the drum because it's fun. So let's change to the wireless. Let's go to that one. Or maybe this one is better. Yes. I need a scissor. I have a bad scissor here. I need some tape. I have tape in my tape drawer, and the tape is there. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So as I showed you before, this little plastic thing makes a big difference on the sound. And I prefer the snare drum having those spots. So I'm thinking, what if we like make a dedicated landing spot for some of the medium marbles with like a patch? So let's try that. Perhaps I shouldn't use this. Oh, I see some fabric that is actually mine, so I don't cut Ludwig's towels. I have some felt here that is actually going to look way better. Whoops. Careful for the cello here. So now I have a piece of felt, and we're just gonna make a landing zone for the medium hit. And I don't mind this being on here because I think it just makes it sound better. So let's add a bit of tape to hold it.
Do it, do it.
Can also hold this. Oh. No, it's good. Perhaps should be under or to the side. Let's just try it here. Didn't sound like it made a huge difference in volume. Let's add more layers to it. Two layers of felt. Doesn't make a huge difference. Okay, let's try 3. Perhaps the suspense, yeah. Probably. Okay, that makes a difference and it sounds good. Let's keep adding. I guess we keep on adding.
More material.
And it also bounces nicely.
This is proper prototyping right here. Oh.
Oh. Bye-bye, marble. Just making a mental note where it is. Let's try with the 22. Yeah, but it's not. It's funny. I'm starting to think if the medium notes. What about this then, Hannes? I want a drumstick anyway to play the rolls. What if the medium notes is also with the drumstick? Or is that boring? We should have added that to the brainstorm, actually. Because now the sound is very changed. Now, I don't like this idea. Felt on the thing is actually not good.
Get out of there. Cast it into the fire.
Cast it in the fire. Did you have the snare weight?
Yeah, let's see if this is... let's see what happens if I push... Oh, look at that.
Beautiful.
This is from Toman. So that's how it looks.
Cool. We have to... Okay.
And you like... they also have examples. So it clamps on. And
Yeah,
then
but
you can regulate.
It is what I was thinking of. It is actually doing... What it does, it is a damper. So what it does, if you go to the...
Yeah, I just need to kill the graphic. There we go.
If you go to the A7 III, is it does... I think it does that. I don't know if a jazz drummer you saw had a like felt thing that they can clamp to tune, like an adjustable damper. It feels like it's doing that. Okay, so that's a good... We were talking about the same thing, I think. I have to look at a YouTube video to understand it completely. Do I have to call Marcus again? That was a...
Have to? That is always a pleasure.
The best sound was the... Goodbye. Okay. Let's go for the rolls, because I know how I want them. So let's pause these medium notes. I've done a lot of prototyping with the rolls, and I know we've done prototyping where the marbles were bouncing between stuff and the snare drum, and we've done prototyping where the marbles activated drumstick. And that was way better. That made a perfect sound. And I think I'm going to be design agnostic about how to make the long and the short rolls today. But we should enter the roll sound with the drumstick. What do I think is needed? Perhaps the same size marble, I think would be enough.
Balmonk adds here to the snare weight that the point is they can be engaged and disengaged easily, so you can use the same drops for all notes.
I see what you mean, Balmonk. That's a very good design philosophy, actually, with those. Did I add them already in the notes?
And did you switch microphones?
Yes, I did.
And did you turn off the recording?
Adjustable. The recording wasn't on.
Okay.
Which probably means that my hard drive is full. Snare weight adjustable. What was the name of that one you showed me, Hannes?
The snare weight fader F1.
Fader F1. Cool. Thank you. Rolls. So, chuk. The roll sound could be achieved by having a marble activate a drumstick. Did I? Yeah, I switched. Can I paste? Oh, I can. Nice. Third one. The length of the roll could be controlled either by the programming wheel or by a manual lever controlled by the operator. So what I want to insert now, the roll marbles need a separate funnel. No, scratch that. A separate catcher. it didn't do it nicely. The roll marbles need a separate catcher.
That dictation is as unruly as Will's.
It's uneven. It's sometimes I don't know how to make it follow my instructions always. All right.
Like someone else, you know.
Haha.
But
I wasn't at the drum kit. That was bad. Let's head into the. So what I want to do now is that I just want to visualize this thing by adding a drumstick here, somewhere, somehow.
Perfect. I will be back in 30 seconds.
All right.
Martin.
All right. So let's think about where this drumstick should go, and it's going to be started with a sketch on a mate connector. Let's add it here, and then with the mate connectors, we can realign that plane, sketching from the right, turn it around twice and flip it, so we're sketching straight, we're not sketching upside down. And I can offset the drumstick in either direction. 50 millimeters this way, for example. Then I can use the drum head, and I just want to sketch half of the stick. Perhaps I should do a thin extrude here, parallel to the drum. I'm going to do a thin extrude.
Yeah, the best extrude.
To be like Derek. A drumstick is kind of a centimeter wide, so we're going to do it like that. We're going to constrain the distance from the snare drum. So check this now. We have a single little sketch line, and I'm hitting Shift W for a thin revolve of this line over this axle. And the thickness, it's wait. If I do that way, why can't I make it solid? Can I have it 5? No, okay. It has to be hollow then. 4.9. All right. It's not beautiful, but anyway, we made a drumstick from a single line. That's my idea. I think the roll drumstick should hit really close to the center, so it could actually hit straight behind the marble. So doesn't look so cool, but perhaps it should just be centered. I want it a little bit off center actually. So let's and we need a hit point. So let's put it closer to the center by changing the mate connector. I prototyped this, and I think the actuator, yeah, it's very open to see what kind of activator it should have. I think it will be a good sound if it's close to the middle here. Let's pull it a bit more down here. Perhaps we should constrain the ends of these. Are you back, Hannes? No.
I'm so back.
You're so back.
Couldn't be more back. The only thing that could be more back is the total amount of backers on this channel. On the collective channels, because we have backers on both the main Wintergatan YouTube channel and since yesterday even on this Wintergatan 2 channel. And now we have it on Patreon and on Twitch as well through Twitch subscriptions. If you feel like you want to support this marvelous adventure, You can easily become a member on Wintergatan 2 by just going into the channel right here. Just click on the channel and there's the membership button should be right there. All this backing is what keeps us afloat now, and it keeps us dreaming, keeping the flame alive of presenting this marble machine to the world. Like, imagine all those wonderful snare sounds that Martin has been testing today. Imagine them on a big football stadium in a couple of years.
Yes.
Now we're talking. And all of that will be possible because of the generous backing of you guys. So we love you all. You mean everything to us. So thank you so much.
That was beautiful. Beautiful said. Thanks. Thank you, everyone. And I think what I realized with exactly the snare sound is that there's kind of a lot of prototyping needed for this still.
Mm-hmm.
I thought before the stream that I would just go and say, 12 millimeter for the medium. Like, no, we need to actually make that sound great. And another thing that is great, I'm trying to make Hannes segues here, is to not have one thin extrude, thin revolve, but to have two.
Oh.
So I'm gonna thin revolve this is probably not the way to do it. The hit point here. 20, 14, 19. All right. I'm just adding it. So this is just to say that this is marble controlled.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to go in.
What is happening in your head?
No,
right
I need to
now?
go into all of these. Like, every single one of these is a video almost.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about the entire snare drum functions, but the snare drum, it's like
200 functions.
the snare drum it needs to sound great. Okay, Hannes, what do you think about drumsticks for the medium sounds? I actually want to remove this second hit point because that's not where it's going to be. I have to think about that. I don't want stuff in this CAD that is not serious.
I think the big compromise that is being done here is that there still will be regular marbles being dropped on the snare as well. As long as those snare isn't changed to drumsticks, we still have magic there.
Yeah.
So if you can make it work, if the trade-off is having drumsticks, I'm all for it. And if it makes it simpler, full steam ahead.
Yeah, I realized there's... I think I need to, like, add the real snare drum mics and stuff and listen to not how it sounds like when I have headphones on, but listen to how it sounds on the recording.
Mm-hmm.
To actually... because this wasn't at all as simple as I thought.
As Jimmy says here, SME Hannes has entered the chat.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
That's true. Something that I feel I haven't really managed to try is the elevated dampener. What that could do, it could do something like let me just show it to you on here. Realign with the right plane twice here, once there. Move minus 100, and then we're going to do good. We could have something like this here. I want you to be parallel. Is that Shift L perpendicular to you? Yeah, that's Shift L. So with those lines, we should be able to create... Oh no, I need center line for the first one. I'm thinking about this extended dampener, you know, that we talked about in the beginning of the stream or in the middle of the stream. Thin revolve of this on the inside. Let's do this. Thin revolve of this. I'm not used to the thin revolves, so I have to learn how to CAD for them, so I'm faster. I don't know how to make solids with thin revolve.
More effing cowbell is wondering, will the marbles be able to roll down to the snare to do a drum roll? LOL. But you actually did
I tried
kind
that.
of some testing with that,
I tried
right?
that. And more effing cowbell. Are you not happy we have a carousel that can have... we can have 3 cowbells on that carousel.
More than that. Okay.
If you are true to your username. I kind of tried it. It's really fun. But the drumstick was like way superior in sound and in control and in everything. Okay, I'm getting super annoyed with me trying to do these thin revolves. So let's actually do a normal revolve that I can control. I try to be fancy.
Null Persona says here, I worry that there is a hyper focus on individual elements before all of them have been generally included.
That's like,
just getting the skeleton of a single marble cycle would be a massive move forward.
That's a very good comment. It's exactly what Paul Drover said about working horizontally. The good thing, though, is that I'm not making decisions that touches the marble loop, really. I'm trying to see what kind of functions the machine should have. But I very much agree with you and the sentiment. Now we can revolve this as a normal revolve.
Ooh, thin revolve.
So this is what it could look like with a dampening pad.
Spatula.
A little spatula.
It's for the pizza oven. I see it now.
That doesn't look bad. It looks gonna look cool when it's hit. It can be smaller. Like that. And it's going to resemble what we probably will need to do for the vibraphone. So, is this something I should try, Hannes? Now?
Try? On the drums, you mean?
Yeah. Or is this to plan for a serious prototype?
Yeah, I mean, do you have enough meat on your bones to do a good try on this?
I think I should rig up a good marble drops it always from the same spot and stuff.
Yeah.
It's too little.
Yeah, it's almost plainless tinkering at that moment.
So perhaps we're in for a prototyping sesh tomorrow.
Ooh, yes.
Which is not mindless tinkering.
No, if you have a good plan set in motion.
Do I have other... Because the ghost notes have the exact same thing. I want to add also, we can have a stick here. We have actually a 7th way to achieve 7th. We can use a drumstick in between the marble and the snare drum. And the resistance of the drumstick can reduce the power that the marble has and make a softer note. So we have like, this is almost like a checklist for a serious prototyping session. Including the correct recording as well.
My Memeplex adds dropper at variable height and variable modular instrument placement for the prototyping sesh.
That's good. That's good. I'm very much against changing the fall height. Just because of timing PTSD from my previous machines.
But instrument placement and instrument tilting and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's important. And also then, would a pivot arm make a difference? So perhaps in that case, to really simulate, perhaps we even, okay, prototype checklist. Let's start to write it. Let's make a prototype checklist. So paste this in different cells. 1, snare on pivoting arm. 2, adjustable fall height. 3, adjustable angle of the snare drum. Yeah, that's it. Okay, no nice numbers this time.
Then my Memeplex also wonders here, timing can be fixed with the programming pins, no?
Yes, my Memeplex, as long as if the tempo is consistent between... so if we know exactly that it plays the correct tempo, the timing can be fixed with the variable height. I think also, like, if we're thinking, prototyping checklist.
Jim is wondering here as well. Fixed height means you don't trust the drivetrain tightness. I thought this was a solved issue. Hashtag team trust the drivetrain.
I trust the drivetrain to be very, very tight within itself when playing the song. I don't know if I trust it to play exactly 92 BPM or 93 BPM or 92.5 BPM. That's a different thing. So I trust the drivetrain in one way. We have reduced a lot of tracks, though. Actually,
some decisions have been made.
Yeah,
don't forget.
Important decisions have been made. It just was a surprising prototype checklist. Use the correct microphones and record all the tests. It's super slow now.
Is your hard drive out of space, perhaps?
Wait, let me try record. I can record.
Okay.
I'll have to check the hard drive after the stream.
And speaking of that, we also should give Alphonse some more content today, right?
Yeah, I think I recorded quite a lot. I think the prototyping is perfect for Alphonse.
Oh, great. Good idea. And what we're talking about over your heads, perhaps, in the stream is Alphonse is making the recap videos for the main channel. So we need to support him with some good content as well. So that's what we're doing every now and then on the streams. If you don't really understand what we're talking about, who is this Alphonse guy? He's the younger and more sexier Hannes, taking over the edits on the Wednesday videos. And we need to be kind to him and give him some good content.
Questions for the prototype is hit point of each sound on the snare drum. For example, can the roll stick hit off center? Can the ghost notes hit off center? Yes.
Tim Jackson says here, perhaps make a list of all the things which the prototype will address.
Yeah, that's very good, Tim.
The questions it will answer.
The questions it will answer. Okay. So that's a really good idea. We want to do some snare drum prototyping, but we don't want to mindlessly tinker. So here are the questions that the snare drum prototyping should answer. What sounds... no, actually, I already said what sounds I want. How can we best achieve all the different sounds we want from the snare drum? I mean, that's kind of it. Keeping in mind that it's easier if the hit points vary a bit, so that we spread out the hit point surface. For example, to have space for all the marble droppers on the marble drop points. They can't share the same position. So can we hit the snare drum in different places and even have better sounds thanks to that, which would help the design. Actually, I don't know really. That first question kind of sums it up. Whoa, it made a list. Wait, it made all this? And I think it signed Martin, X-Lagon. That's my kind of Star Trek name or something. X-Lagon.
X-Lagon.
I hope it didn't... Okay, now it's like made... All of a sudden now it made a huge work. See?
Wow.
It's kind of made a whole thing by itself. Next steps.
Oh, it's scary.
It's very uneven.
Before you get to the next point, I have a question from Jimmy here.
Yep.
That asks, do you have a maximum BPM deviation that you're scared of? I'd like to calculate the max impact.
That's super good thinking, because I think the max impact for the different latency of the different things is super small. So I think what Jim is going for here is that the variable height is probably much less scary than I need to do. Okay, Jimmy, let's say from time to time that a song varies worst case plus minus 5 BPM. So let's calculate with the target BPM 120, and that in worst case it's playing 125, and in best case, or worst case is playing 125 or 115. So a 10 BPM swing. And you can do some physics calculations to see the latency of a 20 centimeter drop compared to a 1 meter drop, with also bearing in mind that we can adjust for that with programming profiles.
Perfect. And we have my Memeplex talking about the prototype here. Prepare a matrix for all the different permutations available, including drop height, marble size, damping, etc.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. Let's make a sheet of that immediately. That will clear my head a lot from...
And Jimmy, let's go!
Actually, let's make a matrix here. So So it's almost like I can do yeah, so up here is what to test and here is the channels. Hard notes. Brief. It takes a lot of liberty now, this thing. It's like doing...
It thinks it knows you now. Cast it into the fire, the whole AI.
I don't want you to add a lot of stuff now. Just write what I'm telling you to write. Starts now. Hard notes. Almost. Medium notes. Good. Ghost notes. Rolls. This would be better if I wrote it, actually. So funny. Rolls. What else did we have? We had... was those all? Short roll, long roll. Is that all now, actually? Short roll. Long roll. Wow, that's all. That doesn't sound too bad. Right?
No.
So then we can try fall height. I need to calculate. Marble size. Marble size. I can change the mode. I'm gonna change the mode of that thing now to make it just say, to take it away from being, I'm gonna take it away from the super to voice to text. No AI post-processing. Okay, now I'm voice to text only. Let's see if that's better for now. Marble material. Did it transcribe its own starting sound there? It says like mulat, and that's like duduk. What is
Duduk?
I wonder if it's transcribed its own starting sound, its own recording sound. Marble material. We have dampener. We have what else did we try actually?
Rim shots.
Rim shots. We're not gonna have that.
Yep.
We tried
Dampener is the wedge in there as well.
yeah, different dampener. Okay, we can do elevated dampener. And this dampener is dampener on drum head. I think those are kind of... Oh yeah, hit spot is very, very important. Hit spot. No, scratch that. Hit point. Okay, it's not going to do this. You know what? I can write hit point. Like an animal.
Look at him taking control over the machines.
Hit point. So like, and then we can like say, after testing, we can start filling in here. Steel. Center. And then also
Nice.
I can actually do I think I should add like hard note A, hard note B, C, D, because for example these are center, 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 off center, off center.
I saw here in chat as well, angle of the drums.
That's a good one. Drum angle. And I also think like pivot arm. We can kind of try locking the pivot arm. So I think these are. These doesn't need dampeners. Boom. The drum angle needs to be the same on all of them. And this is great. This is actually really great. Because it will give a lot of information that we need. I'm curious for Jimmy's calculations. How are the numbers? Do you have the numbers yet, Jimmy?
Come on, Jimmy. I haven't heard from him in a while.
No,
he's calculating.
He's calculating.
He's busy.
He and Wolf from Alpha is having a date right now. Yeah, I think Jimmy will find out that we can, without issue, lower the fall height. Okay. Count faster.
He doesn't work like an AI, Mark.
Oh, and Jimmy, sorry for disturbing you when you're doing deep work. Please also let me know, like, how you calculated, so I know kind of what the number, how you got to the numbers. Any other suggestions for the prototype tomorrow?
I'm not seeing.
We have a good list with
anything.
microphones and stuff. I'm actually very happy that I decided on so few sounds for the snare drum.
Very good.
It's actually very good. Let's talk about tracks though.
And Swede Downhill asks, did you give up on the drum movement? Otherwise that could be part of this matrix. Drum travel distance.
Very good, Swede Downhill. The pivot arm is the column for that. Pivot arm locked active. And then drum travel distance is perfect. Love this chat. Drum travel distance.
Keep the love this chat.
Yes. And drum movement travel distance.
And Elaine Anderson here. Just wanted to say good morning, guys. Just want to say that while I've been moving to my new home. And I saw, Elaine, that you also became a member. So thank you so much, Elaine, for supporting us on through YouTube memberships. Even here on the Wintergatan 2 channel. And that is fantastic.
Thank you so much. And congratulations to your new home.
Yeah.
Ghost note. Meanwhile, I just willy-nilly said medium note A, medium note B, ghost note A, ghost note B. If this one becomes one track, we are from 14 tracks down to like 9.
That is very good.
Very, very good, actually. But I have to. How many ghost notes do we need? Maybe I have to go check that on the drums, actually.
Change the mic.
Oh yes, thank you. I'm going to record this as well for Alphonse.
Alfonso.
Okay. Where am I? There. Okay, ghost notes. How often do we need to repeat the ghost notes? I think, unfortunately, pretty often. Like, I'm not so very good at playing ghost notes, but let's exaggerate like a ghost note laden beat, like.
like Marcus can play those really nice. It actually rolls like it rolls all the time. It's like 4 before the first. Now there's 2 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like almost 6 during. I can't make the difference like with the small ones. If I play them hard, I can play them tighter. It's really difficult for me. I think we need 4. We need 4, Hannes.
Good. Nice. Nicely done. I love to hear when you're seems kind of certain on the decision. I like
I
that.
think unfortunately I think we need a lot of the ghost notes. And then I wonder if we should place 2 of the ghost notes as the tiniest ghost notes. You know, I said because if we do one more, we can maybe have more dynamic levels. And they might be automatically if some of the ghost notes are hitting on the outside of the drum. So actually, let's switch the mics. It says ghost note. I think we need 4.
Okay, are we ready to switch screen?
Oh, yes.
Good.
Ghost note A, B, C, D. Unfortunately. But then I think it's okay to do the ghost notes in 2 dynamic levels. It's going to be natural, but depending on hit points, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Strong ghost note A, strong ghost note B, and then weak, low, loud. What is the opposite to loud? Silent.
Yeah, but that is completely silent.
Quiet.
Quieter.
Loud ghost note and quiet ghost note. This is important. It's important because of the dynamic commandment. Quiet.
Okay, Martin, are you ready for the first results coming in here?
From Jimmy.
Yes.
Fantastic.
First result, need to check my work. 1 meter versus 50 centimeter hit gives 5 milliseconds difference. Many done with Oracle showing its work in detail. We'll work on a spreadsheet to give more tinker-friendly results. 1 meter versus 50 centimeter programmed at 120 BPM, rendered at 125 BPM. 5 millisecond desync.
Interesting.
5 milliseconds is definitely considered tight by drummers standard anyway. And 5 BPM seems like a really worst case scenario.
Take the comments from the start, so I can look at them a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Here we go, the first one.
So the thing is that I hope you have in the when they are correct. Yeah, it's okay. Next one. Program that rendered at 105 millisecond desync.
And now he also says, but we'll definitely go down the rabbit hole to make sure I've done the calculations properly.
Let me actually let me sketch what I think is the really important. Let me convey. This is super fun, Jimmy. Let me go to the sketching and let's see if I can
talk about how I see the important like metrics. So where should I start? So okay, we have 1,000 here, and we have 500 here. Fall height. So that takes y time, and this takes x time, and this takes y time, right? I'm not good with equations, so it's probably I should have just given that numbers instead. But anyway, so this is channel A. This is channel B. On the programming wheel here, we have an A profile, A. And we also have a B profile over here. As you can see, the B profile comes a little bit later. Why did we do that? Well, because this goes faster, so we need to in 120 BPM exact, we know this little distance here between the end of the A profile, we know this exactly. And this little distance will then be exactly in time, like x minus y in 120 BPM. Because we compensate mathematically, this is not hard on the programming, because of the new way we're building the programming wheel, we can compensate with a few millimeter difference, or like and we will also know that the song tempo. Because Hannes, if this was all of a sudden 200 BPM, then this distance, the compensation distance, will then be much shorter, but this time doesn't change. So it's easier to say if it was if we play faster, this time difference changes. So what then Jimmy, so what we need to calculate is how much, let's say this is 3 millimeters equals 20 ms. I'm just giving numbers because x is apparently 60 and y is apparently 40. So we make up for this millisecond difference with 3 millimeter. It's 20 milliseconds. But then in 125 BPM, those 3 millimeters is not 20 milliseconds anymore. It should be something smaller. So if that's how you think about this, Jimmy, then we're absolutely aligned. So I think that's the let me know, Jimmy, if this is how you thought about it.
Jimmy says, yeah, I asked Oracle to program the triggers to have same hit timing at the end of fall, specified a 1 meter diameter wheel spun at 2 RPMs, then asked what would be the timing diff on hit if at 2 RPMs times 125 through 120, went through the calculation of distance on wheel of programming profiles, and then asked what if wheel spun faster.
Yeah, good thing. I think perhaps I think actually let me also try here. Should we do I think I can. Let me try the same thing actually. Perhaps I should trust your results, but I think I just want to do it for myself. It's actually a good exercise now. I'm gonna make a part studio just to help me think.
While you do that, we got a nice super chat here from MTV Brett that says stuff you, Hannes, and then a little peace emoji here. So thank you so much for the generous donation. That is very nice. And speaking about donations and being very nice, we have our dear friend Elaine Anderson that just upgraded the membership to $5 and wouldn't stop at that. Sent 5 gift memberships as well. So thanks to Elaine Anderson. Now, OK Reagan, The Moonwatcher, Jay Brownson, Shawnee Kaimru, and Kelanal 4424 are now Wintergatan backers. Thanks to Elaine. That is awesome. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Elaine. Okay, this is going to be painfully slow probably, but let's do it. So I think for the real good sound, I don't think 500 millimeters was enough. I think we need to lower the drop to kind of this is probably where I should go to Wolfram Alpha.
Yeah, and I'm just giving you a heads up, Martin. We're about 15 minutes away from...
Let me try. So chat can help me. I want to make Jimmy's calculations. I think we first need to learn. Let's do with 200 millimeters. Let's do with 500 millimeters, and let's do with 1000 millimeters. So speed of a falling object. How long time does it take? So where should I get that information from? Not from an AI. They say Wolfram Alpha. Let me try going see if that's possible.
As soon as I see Jimmy pop up here, I need to read his messages. You have 130 millisecond time difference between 2 triggers for these fall heights. If you multiply this by the target RPM over the deviated RPM, you get a very good approximation.
You have 130 millisecond time difference between 2 triggers for these fall heights. If you multiply this by the target RPM over the deviator. Wow. That's probably correct.
Mind blown.
That's probably correct, but I don't know if I understand it, if I can internalize it. So I always need to do things myself, which is pretty stupid, but it's also good to...
That's how you learn.
Yeah. So let's go this one here. I think that's how you learn, right? My full screen. Where is my full screen CAD? There we go.
And then we see here's something I don't understand from Hecka Dud. Can you read this, Martin? This formula. What is happening?
That's probably completely correct.
And a follow-up
diameter,
after there.
Yeah, I can. That's probably completely correct.
And Haven has another one there.
Wow. Is it the formula for the falling? G is gravity.
And then Jimmy comes in here. 0.45 second fall at 1 meter. 0.32 second fall at 50 centimeter. 0.45 second to 0.32 second equals 120 millisecond. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, my AI says the same. So T, here's the formula.
Can we switch?
Let me go into a sheet here. We can switch. So this was what people said, I think, in chat, how to calculate. But for 1000, the AI says 452 ms. So I'm sorry I can't do this math. I'm not good with math. I know I need to actually check it. So for 500 millimeters, 320, just what Jimmy said, and for 200 millimeters, we have 202 ms. All right.
I just also want to read this super chat from our dear friend Martin that says, there are plugins that you can give the AI connection to Wolfram Alpha so it will use it, but I don't know if they are free.
Oh,
probably not.
Really cool idea, actually. That would be good for me, I think.
Yeah, incorporate everything.
That would be really good for me. So we'll do Martin Corner there. Then next, this is just an approximation. Next, we want to know the speed of the travel. I feel when I've been thinking about these things before. So if there are 64 beats, on 1,000 diameter programming wheel, what is the speed of the surface? For one. Oh, how should I do this? I need to know. I want to know the time it takes for the profile to get to a certain point. Wait. This is hard to try to do fast, Hannes. I can do it.
I have nothing to add to this discussion.
So, okay. What is the speed on the circumference of a circle if the circle rotates so that a 64th of the circumference, wait, 120 BPM.
Jimmy says like this, that's easier.
Take 60 beat at 120 BPM, you get 2 round RPM. Oh yes, that's the RPM. So 4 RPM for. Okay, wait. I have to like ground this in my own thing. I want the travel speed. Okay, RPM. Yeah, we need the RPM. So 64 bars. Should play 120 BPM during 1 minute. Okay. Okay, I need to. Sorry. I have a circle with 64 dots. Okay, I'm gonna talk with my AI thing.
Oh my goodness, what could go wrong?
I have a circle with 64 dots. When the dots passes a solid point, the circle is rotating. When the dot passes a measuring point, it makes a little beep. The circle is 1,000 millimeter in diameter, and I want the beeps to play 120 BPM tempo. What RPM do I get of the circle? Thank you.
Thank you.
At 120 BPM, beeps occur exactly 2 beeps per second. With 64 dots, okay, 1.875 RPM. Linear speed. Oh, but this is interesting. What is the speed in millimeters per second at the circumference? (98.2 millimeter per second at the circumference. Okay. Perhaps chat has better ways to do this. Speed as... But this is actually something that I have been looking at. Speed at circumference. It's... The cool thing, Hannes, is that we can calculate these kind of things in theory. I'm not saying I'm doing a fantastic job of doing that. But actually I want the speed in millimeter per millisecond, I think.
My goodness.
Can you convert the speed at the circumference to millimeter per millisecond? Yeah, this is good. It takes about 10.2 milliseconds for a point on the circumference to travel 1 millimeter. Here we go. Speed at circumference is 0.0982 millimeter per millisecond. Okay. So it takes 10 milliseconds to travel 1 millimeter if we just about 10 milliseconds to travel 1 millimeter. That's super, super interesting. I've calculated this before for some stuff, but yeah. All right. Hence, we can see here the difference. So the difference here between 150 is this minus this. Let's put milliseconds here. So now we can calculate the millimeter difference that we need to do with our programming things. And to remind people, we're calculating this little I want to know the millimeter difference here between A and B. So let's just use the 500. Let's not.
Why do you want to know that number?
Because that will tell us how off the B note will be if the BPM isn't perfect.
Okay, so it's about musical tightness.
Yeah, and it's going to
Thank
be
you.
fun to see if I get Jimmy's number, because Jimmy had 5 milliseconds. It's musical tightness if we're having variable drop heights, which is actually super good to find out. So this is fun. I'm a little annoyed that I can't impress anyone with my fast way of doing this. But apart from that, I'm having fun. So the difference between these two is that one minus that one. So I don't want that last one. So 132 milliseconds between 100 and 500, which means kind of 13 millimeters. Which is kind of surprising. And probably not. 13.2 millimeters. So, program profile offset 13.2 millimeter at 120 BPM.
Martin, 4 minutes
Yep.
until playtime is over.
Okay.
Mom is calling.
Okay. So this is 13 millimeters. So now we know that it takes 132 milliseconds. This is in 120 BPM. It's 132 milliseconds. So now is the question, how long does it take to travel these 13 millimeters in 125 BPM?
Yeah, that's the $1 million question.
And then Sad enough, I have to ask AI about that, I think. All right, so it takes about 132 milliseconds to travel 13 millimeters. How many milliseconds does it take to travel 13 millimeters if we increase the speed to 125 BPM? That should just be a multiplication thing. I get the same number as Jimmy. 5 milliseconds. We get in 132 milliseconds in 120 BPM.
Can I switch screen?
Oh, yes. So 120 BPM. Yeah, so 120 BPM. So I got the same numbers as Jimmy. That's a great ending to the stream anyway. And 127 milliseconds at 125 BPM. Probably the other way. Probably we can add the same. Probably then 137 at 115 BPM.
Jimmy says here, vibe mathing is fun.
And 115 BPM. I'm just going to check that it's like 137. Yeah, 138. Okay, Jimmy, we got the same number. I can't really say now if this is like good or bad news. It's very slight difference. And but what I can say is that changing fall height adds headaches. That I can say for sure.
Nice.
So I think for the prototype, it would be better if we can do it without changing fall height. All right.
Great. Do you know what I want you to do, Martin? I want you to change mics and hit us with a beat.
Okay. Thanks for all the help, chat. We're going to have a fantastic prototyping session. Tomorrow morning, I'll prepare the prototyping session, and then we're going to have a lot of results and hopefully finish the work with the CADing of the snare drum in tomorrow's stream, I hope. This was actually really productive, I feel.
Yeah. So as Martin is heading over to the drum kit, I just want to say thank you to Martin, and you did good job today. It got a little bit heavy at the end with a lot of calculations and stuff like that, but hey, the project moved slightly forward. You made some good decisions, and tomorrow, as Martin said, is gonna be all about doing some epic prototyping. So thank you all for joining today. It's been a lot of fun, and we will see you tomorrow. Take it away, Martin!
Counting!